All right. So let's get started with our standing meditation. First, feet together, right fist, left palm, show courtesy, and standing meditation. Today we're going to do it with the hands on the belly. Try and focus on expanding and contracting as you breathe. Keeping the eyes slightly open. Begin. And we move on to our Qigong, breathing in and out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Second part, breathing in. And out, squat down low. Breathe in. Out. Last one, breathe it in. Out. And the closing, breathe in. And out. Very good. Now we're going to start off our warm-up a little bit different. So what we're going to do is called waving hands in Chinese. It's La Sao. So you're going to inhale as the hands go up and exhale as the hands go back, bouncing your knees each time your hands pass your leg. So breathing in and out. In and out through the nose. And you want to kind of flex your hand this way as they go back. You want to feel the blood rush into your fingertips. Same thing, but go high and back. And shake it out. Next stretch. Up. down, up, down. Right side. Switch. Switch. And switch. Neck rotations. Other direction. And hands up. Clenching the fist. Wrist rotations in. Out. Shoulder rotation forward. And back. And slapping the kidneys. Remember, for this one, you're essentially hitting the belly and the same part in the back, so your midsection. Now, next one is the chest and the upper back for the heart and the lungs. And center for the digestive organs. If you're into energetics, it'll be for the dantian and the mingmen. And hip rotations. Other direction. And keep the feet separated. Grab the ball waist turning. Inhale as you go up. Exhale as you go down. Keep your eyes focused on the imaginary ball. Breathing in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Other way. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. Last one. Breathing in. And out. Shake it out. Feet together. Knee rotation. Other way. Separate the feet. Inside circles with the knees. Other direction. Outside circles. And shake it out. Slapping the left side. Other way. Legs. Lower back. Stomach washing. Top of the head. And on with the hands. Massage the face. Forehead. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Neck. Thyroid. Remember to clack the teeth and tense the muscles in the neck. Kidneys, cover the ears, and hit the base of the skull with the 2 fingers. And shake it out. And just as a precursor, with the exercise like that, like the thyroid and the kidneys, I count to 36-ish of my own personal practice. Generally, for some reason, everything increases in increments of 3. So if you want to do 12, 15, 18, you can gauge it that way. All right. Apro cage, number 1, holding at the sky. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. In. And out. Okay. So add a little something. Now that most of you are antiquated with the movements, movements are going to become a lot easier, so I can add more to it that's going to increase your benefit. So when you're breathing in, try to connect the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And that goes for all the inhaling that we do. So when we inhale, the tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. That creates some sort of energetic connection to keep the chi flowing better. Not that it's not flowing, but it flows better. And when you exhale with the mouth open, and this applies only when the mouth is open, the tongue moves to the bottom palate. So it's essentially behind the teeth on the gums up top, and then when you exhale, it's on the bottom. Now keep in mind, the only time the tongue is on the bottom is when you're breathing out through your mouth. If we're doing a standing meditation where we're only breathing through our nose, it stays on the top palate. So we're going to move on to number 2. Try to keep that in mind. And if you're not so comfortable with the movements, don't worry about it. Focus on the movements first, then add that on. All right, remember with the stance, feel free to shift or stay in place. Today I'm going to stay in place. All right. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. Out. Shake it out. All right. Now we're going to go on to some basic stance work. Now, last time we kind of just held the stances. What we're going to do is we're going to alternate a couple of times. There's a multitude of ways you can do it depending on what benefit you want. You can keep your hands at your waist and your elbows back. That'll strengthen the upper back. You can keep the hands in front and press them. That'll work the chest. And if that messes with your shoulders, just keep them on your waist. For the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to keep it on my waist. If you want to experiment with the other methods, feel free. We're going to go from horse to front stance, going to the left side first. 1. And we're going to hold for a little bit and go right back. And 2. And going to the other side. 1. 2. And that's one set. We're going to do 3. 1. 2. 1. 2. That's set 2. And set 3. 1. 2. 1. And 2. And hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. And let's move on to exercise number 3, pressing up and down for the stomach and the spleen. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And the closing, breathe in. And out. Number 4, looking back for fear and anxiety. Well, to rid fear and anxiety. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. And out. Very good. Now we stretch. If you need to grab a chair, grab a chair. If not, right into it. Quad stretch. And switch. And switch. Now for the hip and the knee. Switch. And shake it out. Number 5, wagging the tail for the heart and the pericardium. And breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. And out. Shake it out. Number 6, jolting back for the immune system. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. And out. Now we stretch a little bit more. Put the toe out. Try to reach for your toes. And feel free to give it a little bit of a bounce. And switch sides. Now following this, we're going to do the Qigong accompanied with it. And switch again. So just to remember you breathe in as you come up and breathe out as you go down, strictly through the nose. So I'm not going to count the breathe in and breathe out because it happens fast, but I'll count the number of breaths we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And shake it. Next one, number 7, staring at the fist with angry eyes. Remember to open your eyes wide and stare at the fist. Which is hard for me to do because I have chinky eyes, but that's okay. All right, ready? Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. Out. Shake it out. Number 8, rising up with the heels to bring the energy to the crown. Remember, when you plop down, a little bit of a jolt in the heels. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. And out. Very good. And before we get to our sitting meditation, we're going to do one more stance stretch. So, from the horse, you might want to make sure you have a chair nearby that you can grab onto because we're going to work on the hanging stance. On the left side first, going up and hold. 2, 3, 4. Back to the horse. 2. Back to the hanging stance. 2, 3, 4, horse, 2, hang, 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 2, 3, 4, and shake it out. Have a seat, whether you'd like to sit in a chair, sit on the floor, crisscross, or kneeling. Get comfortable sitting meditation. Again, not unlike one of the last times, try to visualize yourself doing the form. Now, if you're not too far ahead in the form, you don't feel comfortable with it, try and visualize yourself doing the Qigong. And what helps with that is visualizing the movement in your head and synchronizing your breath with said movement. And open your eyes, shake it out. Suddenly looks so much brighter now. Okay, so before we get into the form, actually no, I'll say that for next class. We're gonna jump right into the form. We're gonna do it twice. So first time, I'm gonna be facing you. We're just gonna run through it up to where we left off. And then we're gonna do it facing this way so that it's easy for some of you guys to follow along. So starting here. First 2 times, I'm not gonna monologue. We're just gonna do it. And I know some of you stopped at the repulse monkey, and then we took the next group to the second single whip. So for those of you that are further behind, stop where you left off and just play with that until we get to the second repetition together. And let's get started. That's where we stopped off. All right. So now we're going to do it again. This time I'll be doing the reverse direction. That way you guys can just follow along. All right. Really nice if the sweat stopped getting in my eye. It's not even hot out here. It's just humid. It's terrible. All right. Let's get started. All right. Almost forgot I was teaching class. I was in the zone, man. I was in the zone. Okay. Where did we leave off last time? Okay. I want to say it was repulse monkey, and the rest of you left off here. So let's backtrack. Let's go to repulse monkey. Yeah. Let's actually go here. And I'm going to go over the breathing for this part. and then I'll teach some more. So as you come up, you inhale, and then as you do the next part, the push, you exhale. So you inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. That's 3, there's 4. So last one, inhale and exhale. All right, now before we continue, this is probably the most confusing part because almost everything is done in sets of 3. This is done in sets of 3, this is done in sets of 3. This is your first, pretty much only set of 4. Now the way you can kind of gauge if you did enough is to know you'll end where you started. If I started facing the form here, my 4th one is going to end with my chest essentially facing that way as well. So I'll know if I started facing that way and I'm here, I need to do another one. So from the 4th one, you're going to grab the ball and inhale. So that whole circle, it's really not as, I don't want to say it's not as difficult as it looks because I've been doing this for a few years and it probably is as difficult as it looks. But both hands go out and they're essentially moving together in the same direction. This hand wraps around up top and this one wraps around on bottom. Now from here, you're essentially going to do brush the horse's mane, a variant of it anyway. And from you kind of pull down a little with the right and the left hand continues to go up as opposed to just going to the side. And then the hands flip, roll down, and then the hands clasp together as you're shifting, grasping the bird's tail, and you separate, press down, and push forward. Now I'm going to leave a challenge for you guys and figure out the other side. It's the same thing, just the opposite side. So that's going to be homework. So let's try again. So you're here. Both hands go out and come in, grab the ball. Step out to the front stance, brush. Left hand goes high, right hand stays low. Flip the palms, roll down, rise up, and the hands meet. Essentially this little part here that kind of concaves, they meet together. And press. Separate the hands, press down, and push forward. Then the other side. Okay, so that little part is the hand that I was talking about. So there's this little round part here. Those two meet and then press. There's a bit of a bend in the wrist. There's a little personal, well, not personal anecdote, but semi-personal anecdote. My teacher's Kung Fu brother had a seminar way back when explaining the applications of Tai Chi in terms of combat. And apparently he broke somebody's ribs doing this one. I've always found that story pretty cool. But, you know, I don't necessarily know how, but that's the story that I was told. This move broke somebody's ribs. So sounds like fun times. Maybe I'll try it one day. All right. So for those of you that are here, stick with that for now. Homework is going to be to figure out same exact sequence on the other side. Now the rest of you, where were we? Yes. We finished wave hands like clouds, and we stopped here. Now, this movement is similar to the breaking point here. The difference is with the strum the lute, you stay in place. Here, you're consciously moving forward. So from here, you step in and step out. Then, so you step in. Now you interchange the hands. Right hand goes forward, left hand pulls back to your waist. Now from here, the left hand comes in. You turn, bring the hands up and around. Then once the hands cross again, you raise the leg. The hands go out with the kick and come back in. Now our stopping point, you're gonna put the foot down, circle back, and strike the ears. So, one more time. Probably move back a little bit. Okay. So, step in, push, intersect the hands, rise up, turn. So you're twisting to your left. The hands go down to come back up, and they're crossed. Kick, pull in, put the foot down, guiding the hands back, and fist up top, level with your temple or with your ears. It's called something about striking the eardrums. So I'm gonna say level it with your ears. I prefer temple because, you know, that's a nice spot to hit. But anywho, one more time. So then after this, we'll go over the breath. Step in, breathe out. Intersect the hands. Now this is all inhaling. Then you kick, exhale, pull back in, sink down, shift forward, strike the ears. Now, some people vary how they do the kick because some people can't necessarily hold it out feeling safe. So, what you can do is to snap your kick, meaning go out and come back. Now, God forbid you ever have to kick somebody. That's how you'd want to do it anyway, because you don't want to leave your foot out for somebody to grab. So, if you don't feel comfortable extending out slowly and holding it, snap it, and then move on to the next part. Some people even hit their foot, your personal preference at this point. Any key things about that part? Oh, I guess I should name them, right? That might be important. I am not mistaken. This is called patting the horse's back. This one, I'm not entirely sure what the name is, but honestly, that move should be called White Crane Spreads Wings because this does not resemble a crane spreading wings. This kind of does. But it's just a right thrust kick. Just to keep it simple, know that you kick with the right leg. So say pat the horse's back, kick with the right leg, strike to the eardrums. Next class, we move on to the left kick and the snake creeping down. And how much time do you have left? It is 11. That's exactly the time we started. Good timing, Brandon. All right. Does anybody have any questions? All right.